Welcome. My name is Dennis DeLoach, and welcome to the Uncle Jim Effect podcast. This is episode number 43. Thank you so much for the success that you've allowed us to have here. And I would ask you, please, if you would, to subscribe below and like our podcast. We're approaching or at or over 40,000 subscribers now, and on episode number 43. So we're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Music, and we're growing with every episode. As you can see, we're here at our home in Florida. We love it down here, and it's just a wonderful thing. It's an area that we enjoy. We've got family down here and grandkids, and life is good. So let's get after it. What we're going to talk about today is how do you create value for others? What does that mean? Why is it important? How do we do that? So when we create value, it's one of the greatest characteristics anybody can have. Simply stated, creating value means that we bring more to the table than we're expected to bring. So if you're expected to do something, you always do something plus. So you're creating value for people. You want people uh, to say, wow, that person really is always bringing more to the table. People who focus on creating value for others that they work with, serve, teammates, or simply just have that kind of mindset are such sought after people in every area of life, whether it's business, relationships, uh, friends. I mean, people who bring more to the table about you and making your life better and creating value for you without something in return. Those people are sought out by all of us. And we all know some of those people in our life. And we basically are trying to figure out how can I become one of those people. We're going to talk about that today. So we know that creating value is bringing more to the table than what is expected of us. So we've come up with a way that we've talked about, just 10 ways to create value for other people. So first of all, let's start and say that uh, the first way that we can create value for somebody is to know that person and what they value, right? Sounds simple, but when we have a friend or a business partner or a teammate or an associate or an acquaintance, the more we can get to know that person and what is it in their life that they value, once we know that, then we know how to bring and create value for them. And the most important thing people want to hear is their own name and how their life is getting better. And so anytime, anywhere, anyway, we can make someone's life better and bring value to them, especially when they don't expect it. That is creating value for people. So first and foremost, we have to know who these people are and what is it that they value. Because once we know that, we know how to create that. So the second is we need to know what's expected of us in this situation, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, business partnership, teammate, whatever that is, what's expected of me. And I think a lot of times in life, we don't have outlined exact expectations of what we want out of a teammate or a business partner or a friend. Once I know what's expected of me, then I know how I can exceed those expectations, right? But if I don't know who this person is, if I don't know what they value, and then I don't know what they expect, how do I know how to over deliver? So if they expect me as a business partner to create 10 widgets, but I don't know that, and I think, well, man, they want me to create five, so I'm going to create seven. I've actually not met their expectations, but mainly it was because they didn't outline them to me exactly. So make sure that we know who we're dealing with, what the values are, and exactly what's expected of me in this partnership, team, business agreement, arrangement, whatever that is. Number three, be intentional in your actions. So when I want to create value for someone, I need to be intentional. It can't be a haphazard, oh, if I get around to that, and I'm a little busy now. You've got to focus on these people that are important in your life and focus on specific intentional acts on how to create value for them. Make that a part of your daily goal. Again, if that's part of your purpose and your goal is to create value for people, it better be an intentional act or a part of your day that you check off the list that you know what you're doing. Fourth is focus on helping others get what they want. It's not what I think you need that I do to create value for you that I think you need. It's what is it in your life that you say is value, then how do I get you to get more of that? Not what I've assessed that you need. In your life, whatever it is that you value, how do I help you get what you value, not what I put on you as value? Number five, bring energy, joy, passion to everything you do. And just by doing that, people are watching, and that in and of itself will bring value to people because they now see in you an example that they might have missing in their life. So you don't necessarily have to specifically say, hey, today I'm going to help Jimmy by doing these things. If I'm getting after it, if I'm passionate, if I'm happy and joyful and treating people with respect and living the golden rule, if I'm doing those things, even though I'm not dealing with Jimmy, as Jimmy sees what I'm doing, as he sees what I'm doing, that creates value for him because now I'm an example to him. Now he uses me as an example to remind him how he can do these things. So we don't have to specifically say, today I'm going to bring value to Jimmy's life and I'm going to do it between 9:30 and 9:45. Just whatever you do, do it with passion, joy, quality, and do those things that just uplift people. That's number five. Number six, be honest. Uh, People sense if you're like, I'm going to create value for this guy today just so that he really thinks I'm cool. People can see right through that. So if you have a true desire to bring joy and value to people, I promise you, laws of the universe say you will get much, much more in return for that act than you will creating value for them. You will receive more in return. So use that as your payoff or gift. Don't specifically say, I'm going to do this so that they know I'm a person that creates value and then they like me. People don't like that. So be honest what you do. If it's not something that you feel good about or you can't do with honesty, then just don't do it. Number seven, and this kind of fits in with everything, is become a great listener. How do I know what's value in your life if I don't listen to you intently to find out what you're saying? And sometimes, people don't usually start conversations by, I'd like to share with you today what's valuable in my life. But you hear them talking about, you see their eyes light up when they talk about the passions in their life, or you hear them talking about things or a cause or something. And you just know, wow, that person really is passionate about this. Find out how quietly, honestly, with joy and passion, how can you make their life better in that area without announcing it to them beforehand, just doing it and getting after it. That's, as a listener, that's how I can find out all of those things. Reward your progress. So as you get better at doing this, quietly reward yourself and say, wow, I don't need to announce this to the world, but I really helped Jimmy. And I'm proud of myself that I listened to him. I didn't know that he had this cause in life. And I'm not good at doing X, Y, Z, but I did that behind the scenes and presented that to Jimmy. And that made a big deal to him. And realize that that's a big deal. What I just did is good. And I changed the life of somebody. That's creating value. And as you do that, as you celebrate the progress and the results that you achieve for others, just look at what it's doing in your own life. And so don't forget that part. Very, very easy for us to forget to reward the progress we make in our life. And we only say, I'm starting at the bottom, and when I get to the top, I'll celebrate. That's not how it works. You've got to celebrate each step along the way, or else you just quit taking steps. And most of us aren't good at that part. Establish core values. That's number 9. The way we create values for others is to align the core values we have in our life, make those obvious to people. Once we do that, we will find people like us that have similar core values. It's so much easier to create value for people when you're just doing what is important to you and in alignment and congruency with your core values. If you're trying to serve someone who has core values that are contradictory to yours, it ain't going to happen. So Once you know your core values and what's important to you, you'll naturally migrate to others that have those same core values. And then in serving your own needs, you'll be able to help those that have similar core values. And then finally, number 10, the way we can create value for others is to be a leader. As you lead, you're creating an example for people. That creates value for people because people want to be led or they need to know how to develop leadership skills. And as you're being a leader, as you're doing good things in life, as you're leading the way and you're putting yourself out there in front, as you're doing that, that's an example to people. And when it's an example to people, you a lot of times won't know the impact you've had on people, uh, sometimes ever. But as a true leader, you're influencing people. And as that influence grows in them, you might be their Uncle Jim in their life. My Uncle Jim has passed, and he doesn't fully know what he did for me. But I'm sharing it with you, and all of you people do. And so that's the kind of impact you want to have on people, to create value for others, so that they alter their life in the service of other people based on something you did, and the path that you cross with them has made them a better person. So I want to leave that with you today. Create value for others. Somebody said, whatever you want in life, identify that and then help other people get what it is they want in life. So if you want more love in life, love all those people around you. Uh, Love them unconditionally and do everything you can in the world. And you look at how much love you'll get in return. I've seen it in my life if you're looking to improve your business or finances, as you help other people realize that in their life, you'll have tremendous blessings in your own life that you'll grow financially and in business. So as you do those things, you will naturally create value for others. Again, uh, these type of people are coveted by everybody. We all know people that seemingly focus on everyone else, creating value for them, and somehow they just have a great life. And that's that's what we want to be. We want to be someone who is thought of as, wow, that person creates value for me. And really, there's not much I can do for them in return. What you don't realize is as you create value for them, you're getting in return those things that you need. And people sense and see that you're that type of person. They're going to do the same for you. Thank you so much. Please, if you haven't taken the time, please subscribe to our podcast. You can get to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Music. We love doing this. We're making our uh, purpose known that we're going to create opportunities for more than 10 million people to realize their God-given potential. And then once they do that, we're not going to sit on that and just say, I've identified it. We're going to magnify that God-given potential, serving ourselves, others, families, neighbors, friends, community. And then as we do that, we're going to create a tsunami of hope that will roll throughout this world. We're on our way, and we're starting to build momentum. Thank you so much. And God bless, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.